Almost forgot to press record. All right. So, welcome, everybody. I see that we have people from Mexico, Houston, Vancouver, flight attendant from LAX, flight attendant from Vancouver. Hi, Chantal. Okay. Welcome, everybody. This is so exciting. We are going to get started. I'm just going to put this into speaker view. I'm sorry. No, that's not right. Give me 1 second here. I want to pin myself so that I'm. Um, there we go. Can y'all see me okay? Just write yes in the chat section that I'm full
Yes.
screen. That's good. Okay, perfect. So let's jump in, everybody. And I'm going to share my screen right away because we have a lot to cover today. I want to share some exciting things with you all today. And welcome to From Jet Lag to Joy, as Arlene mentioned, this you don't have to be on camera, but I don't want that doesn't mean you can just sit and chat and what I want this to be interactive. So please, because I can't see you, please. There's going to be some exercises that we're going to be doing together and to create our next chapters as our best chapters yet. And I really encourage people to write in the chat because it's more fun for all of us and helpful for all of us. So, welcome to From Jet Lag to Joy, how to feel grounded emotionally, confident financially, and inspired by what's next. Even if you're not ready to retire, you are in the right place. So, welcome aboard. And I've got a few questions that I want to start off with. You could be in one of many different spaces, but maybe you're a pilot or a flight attendant, and have you are you a pilot or a flight attendant that's been burying your head in the sand? I've seen some people in this state where it's like they don't even want to, even the word talking about retirement, it just brings up a lot. They don't want to talk about it because it brings up fear, sadness, or just overwhelm. You could be in that space. You could also be, somebody that you just know. I talked to somebody and she said that, she's like, I know I have to retire at one point, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. And she got really emotional about it, right? And so you could be in that phase, that space, or maybe you're like, oh my God, you would love to have retired yesterday. But you just would like to feel a little bit more prepared. Or maybe you have some dreams and some goals. You have some ideas of what you'd like to create in your next chapter. And you're just looking for some tools and inspiration to make sure that you step boldly and confidently to create your next chapter as your best chapter yet. Or you could also be, I want you to know that if you are already retired and you're watching this, I don't think we have anyone retired here today from the airline family, but I know there's some people that are going to be watching the replay and you're already retired and you just want some tools to help reinvent your next chapter, then you are also welcome. So if anything I said, I retired last May. Okay, awesome, Doug. Oh, so that's Kimmy. That's Kimmy, right? You retired last May. Awesome. Okay, very cool. So you can relate to that space. So welcome. Now, that's who it's for. This webinar may not be for you if you are a non-airline employee. Right now, this is just for crew or retired crew. However, I do have Kimmy, who is a retired customer service agent, because I may open it up in the future to airline employees. I have some people who are customer service agents who are checking this out, but basically it's just for crew or retired crew. It's not for you if you're a pilot or a flight attendant who isn't interested in any personal growth whatsoever, because this is not your typical retirement webinar. We will touch on a little bit about finances, but this is a holistic webinar. So if you're not into any kind of personal growth, this may not be for you. However, I do want to say that everything that I teach is backed by science. So my invitation to you today is just to keep an open mind and take what empowers you and leave the rest. Okay? All right, next slide. So welcome to From Jet Lag to Joy. And by the end of this webinar, you'll walk away with simple tools to ease stress about your next chapter, reframe retirement as a new adventure, and really take the first steps towards clarity without overwhelm. Okay? Say yes if that sounds good. So before we take off, I just want to share my two goals for our time together. So first, those of you who don't know me, like Arlene said, I'm an actor as well. So my style is fun, and I want you hopefully to laugh and feel lighter and maybe even leave with your shoulders a little less tense than when you arrived. And second, and a little deeper, I really hope my hunch is you will hear something today that will inspire you to take some kind of new action in your life and leave here with some real transformation. So that's my deeper goal for our time together today. So, most people approaching retirement, and this is actually, been studying a lot about this. These are actual facts. They've not thought about what happens after work life ends because, the idea of losing one's identity is actually quite terrifying for many. And one of my friends, she's a genius. She's on the spectrum and she's just brilliant. And she goes, I know why it's so hard for you guys. And I was like, really? Why? She's like, yeah. She's like, it's the rock star syndrome or the rock star theory. I'm like, well, what is that? She's like, yeah, you guys, I know our jobs are not always glamorous, but there is an element of VIP treatment, and like in London, for example, at Air Canada, we don't even go through the airport. There's a bus waiting for us, and we get a Wisteria hotel, and then the keys waiting for us, right? So, and then when it ends, there's no more schedule, no more spotlight. You're alone just with your partner or your kids or whatever. No more identity badge. It can be kind of, yeah, a little bit daunting, right? So, and with the quality of life constantly on the rise, baby boomers are living 10 to 30 years longer than the previous generation, and 70% don't have a plan for what to do with all of that newly found time. So, like I said, keep an open mind, write some notes because my hunch is you're going to hear something that will inspire you. So I always like to start off with some lightness and some cartoons. So I like this cartoon. When are you retiring? If you hate when people say that to you and you want to jump out of a plane, she's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'd rather jump out of a plane with a parachute. I like this one. I did some financial planning and it turns out I'll be able to retire at 97 and live comfortably for about 11 minutes. I don't know why I did a Southern accent, but I love the look on the face of the other flight attendant. And oh my God, I'm retiring soon. That's it. It's the end. I'm done. I'm expired. I'm done. Oh, honey, this is definitely not the end for you. You are so dramatic. Have you ever thought about getting into acting? I like that cartoon as well. And first thing I want to share with you right off the bat, okay, is this is something that I learned in my coach training. Let's get rid of the word retire. Okay, let's just get rid of it because honestly, it sounds like expire. And you, my friend, are far from expired. So let's just get rid of it and let's just call it your next chapter. From now on, try to avoid it. We'll still say it from time to time, but that's my first little tip for you today. Just start calling it, it's my next chapter. I'm just moving into my next chapter and it's going to be amazing because you're the author and you really get to create it in any way you want, right? So I just wanted to share that little tip right off the bat. It's so simple, but it's powerful. And I love this. Ma'am, you may need to check that baggage. So today I'm inviting all of us to just for the next hour or so to check that fear, check the doubt, check the uncertainty, and be open to some tools to transform your next chapter. So you're all in first class. Welcome aboard. Here is your first class menu, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. Not in this particular order necessarily, but this is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the 4 emotional phases crew experience after their final flight and which one you might already be in. You're also going to learn about the 2 sneaky myths that rob you of happiness and how to bust them. I've been studying this past 10 months. And my clear path method, 5 soulful steps to land softly and start creating a next chapter you can't wake up to. You can't wait to wake up to. And for dessert, how you can shorten the distance between fear and joy with my step-by-step program, Beyond the Skies Academy, at the end. If you are interested in that, I will share a little bit about that at the end as well. So why should you trust me? Well, I have been flying for 27 years for Air Canada, and it was always my dream. As you can see, there's a picture of me that's a picture of me on a school bus on the lower left. At I think age 14, I was on a high school trip to Boston. I was very lucky. Like by the time I was that age, I had already been on more planes than many kids or many people have been in a lifetime. And it's cute, right? I know. And I was obsessed. Like I wanted to be a flight attendant since that age. And on this band trip, I actually went through the bus. I brought juice and water. I did my first water service, and I served a juice and water to my classmates. And the bus driver even got really into it. He's like, "Do you want to make an announcement?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, yes!" And so I ended up, doing an announcement and like, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard McDonald Airlines High School, McDonald High School Airlines." And so when I got hired with Air Canada at the age of 22, and I think, I don't know what airline you're from, but at Air Canada, we had to be tested for our announcements, and everybody was so nervous. And when I did my announcement, um, the instructor goes, "You sound like you've been doing this your whole life." And I was like, "I have." He looked at me like I was nuts. But what I didn't know back then is that I was actually practicing the law of attraction, right? By visualizing and pretending my dream, trying my dreams on for size. I was actually practicing the law of attraction. So when I actually got hired at 22 and I was walking through the cabin, closing real overhead bins and doing a real water service, it was a dream come true. And since then, I have coached thousands of people around the world. I've trained with top people in the industry like Michael Lozier, Marsha Weeder, who Oprah called America's Dream Coach. And I've been studying for the past, oh gosh, I don't know how many, 8 months, I think, with Marcy Shimoff. She's the best-selling author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series and a teacher in the movie The Secret. And I'm trained in these proven processes to help people achieve the life of their dreams. And I'm all about living a dreams come true myself, dreams come true life myself, and helping other people do the same with these proven processes. I only want to share techniques that actually work, right? So, and I like Arlene said, I'm an actor. I also wrote a children's book with my mom, and I do a show from time to time. That's me on the right. I do a show called Mrs. Smith's Scottish Living Room where I imitate my Scottish mother. She did not like that at the beginning, but she's fine with it now. So anyway, that's just about a bit about me. And, these are some testimonials. I don't have any testimonials for this course yet because I'm just launching it, but I've also created two past law of attraction courses. These are testimonials from past students. I always feel kind of weird sharing them, but I want to share them, just these three anyways, because I want you to know I deeply care about you and your transformation. And so, for those of you in British Columbia, you may have heard of Phoebe Trotman. She is a famous soccer player, a BC Hall of Famer. I didn't even know she had taken my Law of Attraction course, and she sent me a message that it helped her to focus on what she wanted to create. So that was lovely to get that message out of the blue. And Dorcas, I helped her to hit two miles. The course helped her to hit two major milestones in her business. And then Donna sent me this card out of the blue. And, these are the messages that I live for. She said, "Through your teachings, I've learned to relax, trust the process, and allow the natural flow of positive energy into my life." So I just wanted to share that with you because, yeah, that's why I do what I do. So, now I started doing this trial and error phase many years ago, which I'll share with you in a second. And right now in my life, like I'm actually more excited about what I'm creating than flying. So, full transparency is that I am still flying. And I was going to wait to share all of these tools with you until I retired. But then I'm like, no, why wait? Because I love what I've created and I want to share these tools with you right now. So I've never felt this excited or this happy in my life. But my life was not always like that, you guys. So even though I told you my dream was to be a flight attendant, when I started off at 22, I was living the dream. I was so excited. And about 10 years into the job, 7 to 10 years into the job, I was not enjoying it anymore. I was really just not happy. And at that same time, I started going through a breakup with my partner. And I was, again, I kind of hit rock bottom in my life. I was going through a lot of turmoil, not depression, but definitely anxiety. And like I said, not happy. And I just didn't understand why, because it was always my dream. So at that time, I started going just for therapy. And I'm a huge, huge believer in therapy. And also around that time, thank God, Oprah used to be on TV, and she said something: the biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. And she talked about, like, once you achieve one dream, it's time to achieve another dream. And I was like, okay, so we don't only get one dream. Okay, cool. But then I was like, well, What are my other dreams? I have no idea what my other dreams are. And so that's with a great therapist, I started to explore what was I really passionate about? What did I really love? What was calling me? What was I interested in? What was I curious about? And thanks to that therapist, she actually suggested, have you ever thought about life coaching? So then I ended up going and taking a spiritual life coaching certification. I did that for me to clean up my life, and it really helped me. I did it just for me. Then, about maybe 10 years later, I met in the middle. That's me with best-selling author Michael Lozier. And I got certified as a certified law of attraction facilitator, started teaching law of attraction courses. During COVID, I was so bored and I'm a lifelong learner. So I took another course at Dream University and studied with, she goes by Maya now, Maya Marshall Weeder, and became a certified dream coach, which was really cool. And then for the past, I think 8 or 10 months, I've been studying with Marcy Shimoff. I am a soon to be happy for no reason certified trainer. And that work has made a massive difference in my life. My happiness is through the roof by these simple, simple habits. And I'm going to be sharing, I can't share all of them. There's 21, but I'm going to be sharing as many of them as I can in this short time I have with you to even a few will make a difference for you. Okay. So, um, during my dream coach training, Maya said, people with passion, dreams, and goals live 7 to 10 years longer. And I thought, you know what? I want to put something together for my airline family. And that's why I created Beyond the Skies Academy. And the minute I had the idea, I started sharing it with people. And everyone was like, oh my God, Jamie, this is so needed. This is such a good idea. People started giving me their emails even before it was created. And I was like, okay, I think I'm onto something here. So that's what I've been working on as well for the past, year. So before we get started, like I said, you don't have to be on camera. So just in the comment section, say yes if you're still with me, you're paying attention. I want to know you're awake because this is, like I said, it's really easy to get distracted. So unless you're watching this on the phone, on your phone, yes, thank you, Chantal. Good, good. Yeah, you're still there. So unless you are on your phone, otherwise put your phone on airplane mode, put away your distractions for the next 45 minutes or so, and let's dive in, you guys. Okay, this is for you. And if you stick around until the end, I will be doing a Q&A. So I noticed somebody just raised their hand. I will be answering questions at the very end because I've got a lot to cover, and we'll be doing that. And or you can also, there's a Q&A button. I think it's open. You can write your questions in the questions tab, and we'll get to as many of them as we can at the end. Keep your comments in the comment section and your questions in the question and answers tab. You'll see it at the bottom of your screen. And if you stay until the very end, I have a couple of first class free gifts for you. It's not an amenity kit. I just like that to see my branding on that. I love AI. But I have some really cool gifts for you. One is this amazing dream this it's called One Page Dream Flight Plan, and it's based off of Dr. Daniel Amen. Some of you may know him. He's a brain doctor. His One Page Miracle. This exercise really, when I was in confusion and uncertainty, this really helped me to get a lot of clarity, and it helped me to take action towards the life that I really wanted to create. And that is for you if you stay until the end. And I have one other gift that you'll see as well at the end. It's called the 4 Phases of Retirement. This is really important to learn. You'll take a screenshot of it. I'm going to share it with you at the end. And this is the 4 phases. It's adapted from Dr. Riley Moynes. He did a TED Talk. You can watch it. And I'm going to share with you what those are at the end because it's very important it'll really empower you because we go through different phases. And there's a difficult phase as well. And you'll see this will give you inspiration so you don't have to go into the difficult phase for too long, right? Or maybe even not at all. Who knows? So even though I'm excited about my next chapter, not everybody feels excited about when the uniform comes off. Just share in the comment section. What are you feeling about your next chapter? Are you excited? Are you open to new tools? Are you nervous? Are you like, I don't want to retire? Some people have told me that I don't want to retire, and that's totally fine. I get it. No matter where you're at. I just love to know in the chat let me know in the comments, like, where are you at? How are you feeling about your next chapter? Like, I'd love to retire, but I just need some more tools. Like, where are you at? So still in the denial stage. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, so my hunch is you'll hear something today that will yeah, inspire you, Chantal. Thank you for being so vulnerable and open and honest. I love it. So for many crew, the transition does feel harder than expected. It can feel disoriented. It can feel lonely, or even like a loss of identity. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do. I need to figure out what my passions are outside of flying. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sharon. Okay. Oh my gosh, you're going to hear something too that'll spark something within you as well. Thank you. Gosh, I love you guys. I just love crew. All right. All right. It takes courage to be vulnerable, so I appreciate that. Somebody else wrote something I want to read that I love. Both my kids are moving out this weekend, and then I will feel retired. I'm hoping. Yes. Yes, you will. Definitely. Okay, that's awesome. So a couple of transitions you're going through there. All right. And very, very eager to retire, but how? It's a complicated thing. Yes. Sunshine. I don't know what your name is, but thank you for sharing that. Yeah, exactly. How? That's exactly why I put this together. Oh, great. This is so great. Okay, I love your comments. So, one of the reasons why a lot of people dread retirement too, I mean, just subconsciously, this is retirement stats in general. 1 in 3 pilots and crew struggle with depression after retirement. And we've all known, like, haven't you known, like, I've known people who retired and then they kind of just disappear. And, some people are thriving and some people are just kind of like going through the motions. And, there's that loss of routine, the purpose, the identity are common. Also, many people feel financially anxious and emotionally unprepared. But stats are not destiny. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more. And among airline pilots, 4.1% actually report experiencing suicidal thoughts. And I just flew with this amazing captain the other day, a female captain, and she said to me, she's like, "Oh my God!" Like she's like, "These guys, some of them they retire." And like I know one personally, he retired. I interviewed him for this course. He said, "Oh, I drove my wife nuts for 2 years because, pilots are forced to retire at a certain age, and some crew in different parts of the world as well." And then he's like, I just didn't even think about it. And he drove his wife nuts for 2 years, right? And so she says to her male colleagues, especially it seems to be more common in men, she's like, get some freaking hobbies. That's what she says. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, so today I'm going to make this a little bit easier for all of us today. So it becomes, yeah, just your next chapter becomes your best chapter yet. This is your next chapter made easy mini class for you today. All right. So first of all, I wanted to talk about something that I've learned just recently in my Happy for No Reason certified training, and that is the two big myths about happiness in retirement, but also like generally speaking. And the first one is the myth of more, right? I'll be happy when I have more. What? Fill in the blank. What is something you hear yourself saying? Be honest. I definitely have said, I'll be happy when I have more money or more time off. So go ahead and share in the comment section. And it's really the myth of more, right? And the truth is that nearly 40% of the people on the Forbes list of wealthiest Americans are actually less happy than the average American. So it doesn't necessarily mean, and I want you to have more of all of the things, but they're fleeting, right? They don't last. That's the problem. More time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Chantal. The second myth is, and I like this, all I want is a chance to prove money can't make me happy. I love that cartoon. More freedom. Interesting, Sharon. Okay, write that down because you're onto something. That's your soul. And Chantal, too, your soul is craving that, right? This is information. So very good. Very good. And myth number 2, I'll be happy when. Oh my God. My dad used to say, he was Scottish and from Glasgow. Was like, I'll be happy when I retire. And, unfortunately, my dad passed away and didn't get a chance. He was a workaholic. And, he realized on his last 6 months of life that he didn't, he was like, wow, I wish I hadn't worked so hard and I wish I'd been more present. And it's sad that it took that for him to learn that. But we can all relate to that on some level, right? Like, I'll be happy when I used to say, I'll be happy when I retire too. When I have my dream partner, or when I lose 5, 10, 15 pounds, whatever it is. So fill in the blank for yourself if you feel courageous enough. What is your version? I'll be happy when my kids move out or, when whatever, right? So the truth is, if you don't build habits of joy and happiness right now, retirement won't magically create them. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. So yeah, I flew with a woman. I mean, God bless her. She's lovely. But she was just like, we had a great layover in Sydney. And then the next day I met up for coffee and I was like, how was your layover? And she said, 4 more years, Jamie, 4 more years. And I could see she was really unhappy. And I get that because I've been there. And I saw her recently and it's been 12 years. She's still flying. And so, I have a lot of compassion for her, and maybe she'll take this course. Who knows? Because I think it would help her. So, but here's the good news. You don't have to wait. Joy and clarity and purpose are available right now. And that's what we're going to start talking about right now. One of the ways is through my Clear Path TM method that I've created especially for crew like us. So you might want to take some notes or you can take screenshots if you want. And clear, so C.L.E.A.R. C stands for creator. I'd never heard of it's like this before. When I did my Dream Coach certification, Maya said, I want you, all of us, to start seeing yourself as a creator. Start seeing yourself. So I want you to write in the chat right now, I am a creator. Just declare it. I am a creator. We're not victims. We are creators and we can be victorious over our futures. And I am a creator. Thank you, Kimmy. I love it. Writing it down in the chat there. Perfect. Keep them coming. I am a creator. I am a creator. We are, right? So this is this is based on part of this is based on the inner home for happiness. There's 7 pillars to creating a happy retirement from the inside out, and one of the pillars is the pillar of the mind. And the pillar of responsibility, like taking responsibility for our lives. I am a creative genius. Yes, you are. I love it. Uh, so, I love this quote by Maya. Knowing yourself as a creator is a different way of living. We were created to create, and it is our birthright to create a life of joy, love, and abundance. So I wanted to share that quote with you. So breathe it in. You can create anything, and I want to help you do that as well. So here's a question. I've got some reflection prompts. Remember, I said this is interactive, so fill in the blank. One thing I would really love to create right now, by the way, you can use that question whenever I'm in a bad mood, because it does happen. I'll stop and I'll ask myself, what would I love to create right now? And it gets me out of victim mode. It gets me out of my funk. And I'll be like, I want to create a really nice dinner for myself. It can be something simple. I want to create, you know, an hour working on my business or whatever it is, right? So what would you love to create in this next chapter? Or what is something you'd like to create, tonight, tomorrow, this week? But start asking yourself that question from over and over and over, and it gets you into your creativity. I really love that question. So if you know what is something that you would like to create in this next chapter, share it in the comment section. If you know, and if you don't know, maybe you could say, I'd like to create more clarity on what lights me up, or I'd like to create a long runway to create my next chapter. I don't know. It could be anything. I'm creating a great video tonight. Oh, cool. Amazing, Kim. Oh, I love your videos, by the way. I've seen your YouTube videos. They're really cool. Well done. And I saw this, Rosie O'Donnell posted this the other day. When the world is too scary, too loud, too much, stop consuming and start creating. I just love that quote. Take a screenshot if you want. Yeah. So L stands for, it's the pillar of the heart, which is another pillar for what's called our inner home for happiness, happiness from the inside out. And that is letting love lead. And I know it may sound a little cheesy. I just want to read this comment. I'd like to create a sense of peace for myself tonight. Ooh, that feels good just reading that. I want to create a business that I can have fun with and can provide me with some extra income. Love it, Jared. Love it. Be happy to help you with that in any way I can. Love, love, love that. That's such a great feeling to have that. So letting love lead. So how do we do that, right? Because I like to share different actual exercises that you can do. So I'm pretty, Chantal, some of you know me, like Chantal knows me, Kim knows me. I mean, I'm a person who leads with my heart. I'm a very passionate person. Grew up in Montreal, very energetic, passionate person. I do my best to let love lead, but not always. And sometimes because I'm very passionate, I can get kind of stressed out. And one of the things that I learned is this technique, which I'm going to share with you called the inner ease technique. And it's from the Institute of Heart Math. And this is a graph from the Institute, and I have permission to share this. And This is somebody who they actually put EKG, an EKG machine, I guess is called, onto somebody who was feeling frustrated about something. And this was their heart rhythm. And this is called heart incoherence. And the bottom image is a person who is focusing on appreciation. And that is I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but apparently that is a healthier heart rhythm. And that is called heart coherence. And that bottom chart is our natural state. Now, I am not always there. Sometimes life throws a curveball. However, this next technique that I'm about to show you has changed my life. I learned it in the Happy for No Reason training program. Marcy, my mentor, does it 7 times a day. I do not do it 7 times a day. I do it three, four. I do it in the crew back. It takes 3 minutes or less. You can do it for 60 seconds if you want. But it brings you back to heart coherence, which is the healthiest state for our bodies to be in and our natural state. So take a screenshot of this because I want you all practicing this. This is called the inner ease technique. It used to be called the quick coherence technique. And now they've renamed it to the inner ease technique, which I love because I did not always live with ease in the past. I have a tendency to make things overcomplicated, and I don't anymore. So this has changed my life. Even Arlene, she came over the other day. She's like, I've noticed you're more relaxed. And it's partly, a lot of it's because of this simple technique, y'all. I love simple things. So basically, all you do, you can even try it right now. Unless you're driving, you can put your hand on your heart, the first step. You can close your eyes if you want, and then you imagine that you're breathing in and out of your heart or the area around your heart. So you sort of calm down. So just putting your hand on your heart actually brings you much needed oxytocin to your body. And then you think of something that you appreciate. And then sometimes what I like to do is ask myself, what's the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? And then I go do that. And that is it. We're actually going to do it at the end of this clear path method. We're actually going to do it together. And so you'll get to experience it. Okay. So E stands for ease. Again, moving into ease. So doing the inner ease technique, you'll start to have a sense of ease in your life. And I love this. Thank you. Amazing. Good. Yeah, you're really going to like it. We're going to do it together. And this is the pillar of the body. Taking care of our body is one of the pillars to living a happy life, right? And one of the tools that I've learned in my training is to make your cells happy. And like ask yourself, what would make my cells happy? I never thought of asking that before. So we want to be making sure we're energizing our body and living with ease. So gentle movement, joyful rituals, and rest that restores you, obviously, right? And when I ask myself, what would make my cells happy? When you start asking empowering questions, you start to attract things. And I was listening to a podcast and somebody mentioned this thing called Japanese walking. It's like 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes just regular walking. I listen to some good music and 30 minutes a day. And I love it. It makes me so happy. And then the other thing I learned from Maya Marshall-Weeder was to ask yourself, how can I make this easier? Whatever it is that you're doing, how can I make this retirement, this next chapter easier? Just start getting in touch with your inner wisdom. We are so wise. All of the inner wisdom resides within, and we need to start asking ourselves these empowering questions. So start asking yourself those questions. It will lead you to magic and miracles. And of course, legally, I am required to say that. Check with your doctor before trying any new exercise routine, okay? All right. And A stands for alignment and authenticity and purpose. And this is so important to know our purpose, what our purpose is. Most people live upside down, and that is they think about their purpose last. Their days are filled with projects and things and so many things that don't even really fulfill them. And yes, we have to do things that we don't want to do sometimes, but when we can really align our schedule and align our dreams and our projects, especially in our next chapter with our purpose, that's what I've noticed. Like my life is just, oh my gosh, just taking off and more excitement than ever in my life. And so there is an actual scientific, I was on Dr. Oz actually. It's a scientific process called apoptosis. That's where it happens in people who are empty nesters. It happens in people who are retired. And if they don't have some kind of sense of purpose, their cells actually start to die. And the good news is that people with dreams, goals, passions, and purpose live 7 to 10 years longer. So it's important to start. And you don't have to, you can just be easy about it. And I love this quote. There are two great days in a person's life, the day we are born and the day we discover why. Right. And so here's a reflection prompt for you. How do I feel called to be of service to others in this next chapter? This is living a life inspired by purpose means contributing to something greater than yourself. And in the online course that I have created for Airline Crew, I actually teach you 5 powerful ways, easy ways to discover what your unique purpose is, your gifts, your passions, and there's some exercises there. And so you can start contributing now, even in the smallest, easiest way. Like you can just start really, really small. So I'd love to hear from you. Like, how do you feel called to be of service to others in this next chapter in a greater way? And if you don't know, take a screenshot and start thinking about that in a way that is not exhausting or depleting for you, but in a way that energizes you and lights you up. So if you know, you can go ahead and share that. But here's an example of some retirees who just wanted to just do something, right? And they got together at the local farmers market. It says old coots giving advice. It's probably bad advice, but it's free. And I just thought this was hilarious. And they said, "Oh, let's just try it, right? Let's just try it." And it was so successful that they do this every weekend at the farmers market. And right? And they just are so happy and fulfilled, right? So it doesn't have to be a business like what I'm doing or what Sharon wants to do. That's great. It can also just be something simple like this. But what a difference they're probably making in people's lives that they might not even know, right? And R is obviously reconnect to soulful relationships, making sure I know for sure one of the reasons why I'm happier than I've ever been is because I surround myself with people who are really happy and who are committed to working on their dreams and their goals. And yeah, so it's really important. So that's the relationship pillar, which is another pillar from the 7 pillars to your inner home for happiness. So, I'm guilty of this. I mean, right now I've been so busy creating this course. So my relationships haven't, but I've told them, I'm like, guys, I'm just not going to be as present right now. Arlene knows that. All my friends know that, but it's important to cultivate nourishing relationships now, right? Before you retire. That also includes your relationship with money. And that's always been my weakest link in the past. Just, yeah, I mean, I've been really great at making money, but I haven't had a great relationship with managing it or investing it. But, something that I've learned, I love Barbara Hewson. If you don't know her, go check her out. But she said this, I compare, just keep an open mind. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, right? But I compare money to a great lover, just the best lover you can imagine. All money wants to do is protect you and support you for the rest of your life. But in return, like any great lover, it needs attention, it needs respect, and it needs you to take care of it just as it will take care of you. What I realized at the beginning was that I was not loving my money. I was not paying attention to it, and I was not taking care of it. Since reading that, again, so one of the things in the law of attraction that I've learned is that you get in your life whatever you give your energy, attention, and focus to. So one of the tips that Barbara says in one of her books is to just start reading about something about money every day, reading about abundance or reading about it, from good sources, right? And I just saw I'm trying to find, how can I, somebody has, I am a terrible, yeah, money partner, right? I get it. I was too. Yeah. We all have an area where we're weaker at, and that's totally fine. That's where we go to work at. And so Barbara is the author of many books. I love this book, Rewire for Wealth. Even though it's for women, it's for anybody because I'm reading it. 3 steps any woman can take to program her brain for financial success. But so right now in the comment section, I know this one is really, can bring up some stuff, but what's one thing that you've been putting off with your money that if you did it this week, I mean, no kidding, this week would send a clear signal that you respect your money and yourself? Could you go onto your human resources? You've been avoiding it and looking at your numbers for retirement. Could you finally pay your taxes or get an accountant or book an appointment with a trusted money advisor or a money coach or something? What's one small action? Even this, what I've learned is the small actions taken consistently that make the biggest difference. They're not overwhelming, right? So what's one small action that you'll take this week? Fill in the blank. If there's one thing you've been putting off, maybe it's tracking your money. Maybe it's getting a budget. You don't have to share. I know this one's kind of personal. So if you don't feel like sharing, this is for your journal only. If you feel like sharing, go for it. Cancel unnecessary subscriptions. Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, very good one. I did that too. Yes, it's amazing. You can save money right away just doing that. Very good. I love that tip. See, we all learn from each other. All right. So there you go. There's the clear path method. Take a screenshot if you want. C is seeing yourself as the creator. I am a creator leading with love, asking yourself, what's the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? Practicing the inner ease technique, which we're going to do in a second. And then E is, living with ease and how can I make this easier? And what can I do to make myself happy? And A is, alignment with your unique purpose. How do you feel called to be of service in this next chapter? And obviously, nourishing your relationships, right? So, hold on a second. Oops, I want to see the comments. I go through my visa statements monthly. There are always hidden memberships. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Thank you. All right, y'all. So, first of all, we're going to do this process in a second, but I'd love to know, all of this stuff that I just taught you here, what do you most want to remember from today? Or what small step are you ready to commit to over the next 2 weeks? Is it to practice the inner ease technique? Is it to ask yourself, what would I love to create? Like I said, you don't have to do it all. Just begin one spark, one step, one shift at a time. So I am going to play some music because we are going to do a guided process. So unless you're driving or flying the plane, hopefully you're not, then I would invite you to take a slow deep breath. And you can put your hand on your heart. I'm just going to play some music. Stop sharing. Second. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it not too loud? The music's not too loud? Yeah, I know. I just realized that. Turn off my camera. I'm going to turn off my camera. Okay, there we go. And is the music okay? Marlene was sending me a message. The music's not too loud, right? It's perfect? Great. Okay, so I just invite you to put your hand on your heart. We're going to do the inner ease technique that takes 1 to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to take you through a little bit of a guided visualization just for a couple of extra minutes after, okay? But the inner ease technique is the first 3 minutes. I want you to experience it. So putting your hand on your heart, just doing that brings you much needed oxytocin to your body. Just take a couple of slow deep breaths. Just acknowledge yourself for being here, doing something just for you. Something nourishing for you. And in this relaxed and comfortable space, I want you to imagine that on your next inhale, that you're breathing in and around the area of your heart. Imagine you're breathing into the area of your heart or right into your heart, and then exhaling. Imagine that you're exhaling out of that area of your heart. If you're having a hard time visualizing it, don't worry. Just allow yourself to relax and breathe. Regular breaths where you're just breathing in and out of the area of your heart. Feeling the tension already melt off of your body. And then I'd like you to think of something you appreciate. It could be a pet, it could be a person, it could be something you've learned in this webinar so far, something you're grateful for, and feel the feeling of appreciation flooding every single cell in your body. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for whatever it hands is the inner ease technique. And you can end it with asking, what's the most loving thing you can do for yourself? That's what I do. I do it in the crew bunk when I can't sleep. And I do it 3 to 4 times a day. And it's made a huge difference. So I invite you to do that. But we're going to keep going just for today, since you're in this relaxed and comfortable space. Take another slow deep breath. You don't have to put your hand on your heart anymore if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. And on the next inhale, as you exhale, I want you to imagine that it is 5 years in the future and you're waking up in your ideal life. You have created your most exciting chapter, your best chapter yet. Thanks to simple tools and support. Just imagine, just notice you're waking up. Maybe you're waking up in your dream home. Just notice where it is. For me, it's an ocean view in Kitsilano, Vancouver. And also I have a place in Mexico. That's my dream. Just allow yourself to get in touch with the life that's calling you and that you have created it. Maybe it's early in the morning and you notice you wake up in the morning and you do some stretching. Maybe you have a morning spiritual routine that you do and you're feeling better than you've ever felt in years. So grateful for the life you have created. And just notice, what is it that you do after your morning routine? This is your perfect day in retirement. Do you go and work on your new business that's, flourishing? You've created the business of your dreams, making a difference, and it's easy. You notice your bank account. You feel at peace financially, proud of yourself. You notice what you do for your body, kind of exercise you're doing. And notice, what else do you do during that ideal? This is your ideal day, you have created the life of your dreams. You're so grateful for it. What else do you do during that day? Do you meet up with some friends for lunch and have some nourishing conversations? Maybe you're volunteering together or giving back. Just notice your relationships are healthy and happy. And you're feeling so proud of yourself. And just fill in any other blanks and notice anything else that's calling you that if you could dream, have, be, or do anything, and you have actually created it, what would it be? Just imagine that you actually are doing that. And your friends are even saying, you did it, wow, look at the life you've created, this is inspiring, and you feel inspired by yourself. Whatever that is, just take a moment and visualize it. And when you're ready, take one more slow deep breath. You can stretch. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stop. How was that? How was that visualization? How do you feel? Love to know. I'm just going to stop the music. Go ahead and share. How do you feel in the chat section? Are you still with me? You didn't fall asleep? All right. I would love to know, what was that? And what did you visualize? What did you see? Because just so you know that is the life that it's calling you. And if you can dream it, you feel inspired. Great, amazing. So if you felt inspired, something I believe the dreams that come into our mind and our heart, especially when we're in that calm place, that you wouldn't have that thought pop into your head if it wasn't meant to happen on some capacity, or even better, right? So I'm just going to read. It was great. I villaged a lot of peace and inspiration and happiness. I began the imaginations of post-work life. Very cool, right? Just beginning, just a simple step. So it's not scary, right? Amazing. I love it. Love it. Thank you for sharing. That's great. All right. So we are going to just going to share my screen again. We'll go back and then we'll finish up. Okay. We're doing good for time. All right. So if you take one thing away from this class, let it be this. Your next chapter can be your best chapter yet. It really can be. And now the decision is yours. You can take what you've learned today, plus your bonus gifts that I'm going to share with you at the end, and totally plan your retirement on your own. If that feels right for you, that's totally okay. I will still love you. But I don't know. Let's be honest, most people try to figure it out solo, and it can get a little overwhelming, uncertain, maybe even lonely, right? So, or and this is just my personal opinion, is that there's a more fun and supported way to do this, a way to fast track your path to a confident, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling retirement with my online course called Beyond the Skies Academy, you guys. And I have made this just so simple and easy for all of us. I can't wait to share what I've created with you. So you don't have to figure it out all alone. And so if you'd like my support in designing and implementing your ideal retirement in a way that's holistic, heart-centered, and aligned with who you truly are, I'm going to share with you that there are 5 modules in this online course. I'm going to show you what's inside, and then you can make the decision for yourself. I know there's a few of you who've already joined. If you've already joined and you've gotten in, class actually starts September 8th, but some of you are already in and you've seen all the modules and you're in the private Facebook group. I'm so glad that you're here. But yeah, so here it is, Beyond the Skies Academy. This has been a vision that would not leave me alone, y'all. And it's designed just for airline crew. So by the end of this course, like I said, it's a 5-module course, but it's done in a way that's really easy and not overwhelming. You'll have a complete retirement flight plan, which covers your finances, your health, your purpose, and your relationships. So you can actually step into your next chapter with clarity, with confidence, and peace of mind. So there's 5 modules. This is the kind of Coles Notes version. I'm not going to go over every single lesson. You can go to beyondtheskiesacademy.com and you can check out all the lessons that are in there. But this is basically what each module covers, right? Just because I know we're already at an hour. So Module 1 is all about preparing right away. We prepare for takeoff. So we start reframing retirement as a beginning, not an ending. We learn to release fear, get all of your ducks in a row in a way that feels fun, because I hate all of that kind of prep stuff, and start walking into your future with purpose and peace. And so one of the things I give you in that module right away are 2 checklists, because I know, especially if you're a pilot, y'all love a checklist. There is the inner home for airline crews happy retirement. I have permission to change it to that name. Thanks, Marcy. And there's a checklist that you're going to do at the beginning of the course. So you're going to go over where you're at. You're going to score yourself. And then it comes with, a to-do list. So things that'll really help you for the inside. So it's really important to do the inside and the outside. And then for the outer stuff, like the actual physical stuff, I have created a really cool retirement preparation checklist. It's not that image. It's longer than that. It's just an image. But it has like so many things in to get your ducks in a row and help you feel just, relaxed and prepared. Module 2 is, it's called charting your course. And then this is probably my favorite module. This is where you really gain clarity on your ikigai, as the Japanese say, or your unique purpose. We all have one, your reason for being on this planet. And then you'll start envisioning what lights you up in this next chapter. And like I said, I'll teach you 5 different ways to find what your unique purpose is, your unique gift. And it's important to find that, because my experience is that my life has never been so peaceful. And once I really got clear on what my purpose and my passions and my gifts were, that's when everything took off. So you'll finally know what yours is, and we'll all help each other with it as well in an easy way. And then you'll begin actually exploring a passion project, just something simple to start creating, even in the smallest way. So you start infusing your days with energy, meaning, and excitement now, even before you retire. So yeah. And so there's this guy doing that lesson. And I've provided you with a passion project template, which is a step-by-step guide on how to bring a passion or a dream to life. So, and get excited about life. And module three is called Put Your Own Mask On First. It's all about proven science backed tools to reduce stress, improve wellness, and create daily habits so you can thrive, body, mind, and spirit. I teach you what I've learned in my Happy for No Reason training, but guess what, you guys? I'm also going to have guest experts coming on. I just got this amazing news today that Janet Osborne, who has over 1 million followers on Instagram, she teaches mainly women how to be, fit and fabulous over 60 in simple ways. She agreed to come on and be like a guest expert on one of our live calls, which I'll tell you about in a second. So I'm blown away by that. So yeah, we're going to learn longevity secrets, wellness secrets from me and from guest experts as well to make sure that we are really making ourselves happy, y'all. And you're going to be learning about your happiness set point. This is probably the thing that changed my life the most in my Happy for No Reason training. Because I say yes if you've been to some kind of seminar before in the past and you feel good while you're in it and you feel good when you get home and then you go back to the same old, same old. That's because we all have a happiness set point and nobody talks about that, Sharon. Yes, exactly. Nobody talks about that. We have a happiness set point that's determined. It's genetic. It's a learned tendency to remain at a certain level of happiness. So I had to include this into my course because the good news is it can be adjusted and raised, and I am living proof. I was always pretty happy, but my happiness set point's through the roof lately, right? So here is, you're going to learn all about this. 50% of your happiness set point is genetics, but 40% are actually your habits. And only 10% are your circumstances, because we all know people who've won the lottery and then their happiness set point goes through the roof, but then a year later, they're actually back to about the same level of happiness they were before they won the lottery. So your circumstances are only 10%. And it's actually, they've done this study now, and I'm not a scientist, but through epigenetics, that by changing these habits, and these are proven happiness habits that Marcy's been studying for 40 years, that they actually change your genetics. So you can actually change your happiness. Yeah, you can change. It's called epigenetics. So pretty cool. In module 4, we talk all about money and meaning. We're going to learn simple, soulful money practices, including 2 easy budgeting tools that I'll be sharing with you to define your priorities, guide spending toward the life you want, and build a healthier relationship with money. I'm also going to be teaching you some law of attraction secrets to attract and manifest abundance, because why the heck not? If you're open to that, right? I've never seen this pie. It's such a cool image. It really is, right? Yeah, totally is. Okay. So I also am going to be including a lesson on how to monetize your passion. So once you get clear on what your purpose is and what you're really passionate about, I've been able to create a successful business, and I want to help you do the same. So if you're interested in learning how you can monetize your passions, even in the smallest way, I will guide you through that in the course as well. Because I thought, why not? We're living longer. And if you want to turn something, because when you monetize a passion, it's not a job. It's not like there's nothing wrong with going to get a second job. But when I did that in the past, I was exhausted. But I'm so energized because I'm monetizing my passions, right? And then the final module 5 is final approach, designing your new life. We bring it all together. We track our progress with our passion projects, and you're going to leave with a clear, aligned goals and a joyful structure to carry you forward with confidence. And I don't leave you hanging there. To me, it's really important that no one is left behind in retirement. I don't like that. It just ends and then you don't see your crew family anymore. Well, this is open to crew from around the world. We've got people from US and Canada so far, but in the late fall, I'll be launching it worldwide. So it's going to be so cool to see what people are creating. We're all going to inspire each other. Like this captain here saying, I finally started writing my book, or these people traveling around the world. They created a project to travel to, different places or whatever it is, right? So we'll all be helping each other. And I'm only one person. Crew members, y'all know, right? We get to the back alley. Crew are a world of knowledge. I'm one person. I know all of you here have tons of knowledge. And so we're all going to be helping each other with our projects. And so, yeah, just something fun and exciting to look forward to. So, like I said, I don't want to leave you hanging. So during the course and after, you're going to get live coaching calls with me once a month. Check in. I'll be like, hey, Chantal, like, how's it going? Like, how did you like module 1? How'd you like module 2? What's going on? Where can I support you? It says there's one person in there. There's actually 12 just 12 people now that have already joined. So I'm so excited. And more are coming, obviously, but this is just the beginning. So you get a private Facebook group in there to keep in touch and keep track. And then I will be going live once a month. I think it's the last Sunday of every month, and it's recorded if you miss it. That's included for free. So, like I said, there's a crew lounge. You get access to that, just private, just for Beyond the Skies Academy students. Okay. So, like I said, for a full breakdown, you can check it out. No pressure. Beyondtheskiesacademy.com is where all of the lessons in detail are listed. Okay. So at the end of each module, so we did like we did a guided meditation today, I have included what's called a put your own mask on first, soulful guided meditation. And that is a way to integrate everything that you've learned in that module. So there's 5 of them. And to me, it's important because imagination is powerful and it shapes how we feel and what we focus on and what we attract. And the truth is, we're always visualizing something, right? So, but sometimes it's our fears or sometimes it's our worst case scenario. So this helps you get in alignment with what truly matters to you. And I'm going to share with you what opened up for me during one of those. I got guidance to do something really cool, which I'm going to share with you at the end here. Okay. And I just wanted to share this because it's important to me because I know you're like, wow, 5 modules maybe seems like a lot, but this is from my past law of attraction course. This student, she sent me a message and she said, the short videos helped retain my attention. The visuals were very engaging, and your content and presentation was simply amazing. It makes you want to come back for more. So then she registered for another class. But anyway, my point is, I want to make it, fun. Making transformation fun. All right. And so obviously, I think it's a no-brainer, but what makes this different is that it's only for just for airline crew or airline family. It's holistic, not just financial. And you're not alone because you have a crew family, a supportive global community. So in case you're wondering now, okay, Jamie, get to the point. What's the price of this? I have made this this no-brainer. I can't wait to share with you what I've done. It's so cheap, it's not even funny, so you don't have to worry, because I am inviting those of you on here today, if you would like to be, like some of you already have agreed, but if the rest of you want to be in a select group of people, it's limited to 150 students. Honestly, I don't think we'll even get to that, which is even better. I just want a small group of people who want to go through this round, this founders round, go through all of the modules and the lessons, and at the end, just fill out a simple feedback form and give me a testimonial. If it made a difference for you, that's all I'm asking for. So if you want to be an exclusive beta tester, say yes in the comment section. And let's just go over what you get. So I just want to get crystal clear so you know what you're getting. You're getting the entire course, right? Lifetime access to it. And I'm seeing, yes, Sharon, yay, awesome. And a soulful roadmap to help you transition out of aviation with clarity. And go at your own pace, right? So that's valued at over $197. The guided meditations, there's 5 calming audio journeys to ease fear, reconnect with your purpose as well. They'll help you. That's valued at $197. There's the live group coaching with me for 6 months. That's $597. The crew lounge community as well. So you get to connect with like-hearted crew for real talk and support. That's valued at over $297. There's also a workbook. By the way, there's almost every single lesson has a workbooklet. So you can actually, with reflection questions, so you can keep track and write notes as well. So you get that. They're downloadable. I told you about the retirement flight plan checklist. There's 2. And what else? I mean, there's so much. I put so much into this. I might have even put too much into it, but that's the point. You're going through this and you can give me feedback at the end of it. You're getting the most that anybody will ever get. The total value is $1,492. But wait, there's more. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. Probably didn't even need to add these, but I wanted to. I believe in just giving, giving, giving. So for the first 50 people that enroll in Beyond the Skies Academy, we have 12. So you guys will all get this. If you're watching, if you take action, then there's four bonuses. One of them is it's called You Are Abundance. It's a PDF that I wrote about how to manifest using the law of attraction. Some tips that I've used that have allowed me to shift my vibration around abundance. I'll be sharing that with you. Then The Sky's the Limit. This is an ebook with a step-by-step guide, just an extra bonus to turn any passion into a business. to how to monetize your passions. This one, the next one, Crew Conversations, I've had people want to buy the course just for this alone. It's a whole bunch of different interviews with retired crew members, pilots and flight attendants, and they share what it was like. And so really interesting, actually. And the last one is a vibrational vision blueprint. It's kind of like a vision board, but better because it's with your words. And I teach you how to do that. I learned that from Michael Lozier in my law of attraction training. So if you're into that, into manifestation and visualization, you're going to love that board. It's like people like it a lot better than a vision board. And so I know, oh my God, Jamie, you're really giving us so much. Me and my AI images. A little cocky there, but anyways, so like I said, this is what you're getting. They're worth over 303 US dollars, y'all. And guess what? Everything that you're getting is more than the actual course. I know. So the total program value is 1,795 with the bonuses, but I am not charging that, even though I was told I could probably charge 997, but I'm not going to do that. So if you're wondering how much it is, you guys, in the future, when I launch it in the fall, it's going to be 249 US dollars, and it's worth every penny. But for you guys, for my beta testers, I just wanted to make it a no-brainer and asking for your help to go through it. It's 47 US dollars. I think that's like 66 Canadian or something like that. And it's kind of ridiculous, right? So Arlene has already popped in the link to if you want to purchase right now. It's the checkout page. Thank you, Chantel. Yeah, Chantel's already in the course. She just purchased it last week. And thank you for saying that, sweetie. And yeah, she's already in and she's seen what you get. I think it is so worth it too. Like, I don't, yeah. Anyway, so did I actually board a discount airline? I know that's what you're probably thinking, right? But like I said, I just wanted to make this because I'm learning as I go here. And so I need to iron out a few kinks before I launch in the fall. So we all will help shape it together. You guys get to help shape it for crew members who are joining in the late fall from around the world, right? It is a great price. Thank you very much. So there you go. You're part of the founders cohort. You're my founders. So welcome aboard. And like I said, there's a cap, but I don't think we'll get to that. And that's even better. So it'll be a bunch of cool kids creating this together and going through this together. Jeannie, she let me say her name. I said Air Canada Flight, but Jeannie, some of you know Jeannie from Air Canada. She also was one of the first people to purchase it. And she said many wish they had something like this before their next chapter. It's a very frightening thing for most of us heading into our mid 60s. And you're such a generous human and you will help so many of us with your confidence and program. That made me tear up, to be honestly, to face our biggest fears. I love what you have made for us. Hope. Thank you, Jeannie. Now, remember I told you why at first I was not going to put in guided meditations, but when I did one from somebody else, and mine are very similar, I got such clear guidance. It just popped into my mind. Like I feel like it came from somewhere else. I was like, I'm going to give 10% to Dreams Take Flight. And so every course sold, 10% goes to Dreams Take Flight, which is a registered charity by Air Canada. And that charity helps kids with, issues and sick kids as well to take them to Disneyland and make their dreams come true. So just know you're giving back as well. Okay. So it's like a feel good course. And I saw somebody raise their hand. I'm going to get to the Q&A in a second. If you're still on the fence, don't worry. Like you can try it for the whole week. Once it launches September 8th. So you're going to buy in. When you buy in, you'll have access to the course, but you can't press on anything because it actually officially unlocks September 8th, but you'll see the modules and the courses and the lessons. But September 8th, once it begins, you can take the entire module one, all of the lessons in module one. And if you're like, this is not for me, just send me a message. I'll give you a refund because I still have to fly with some of you all. And to me, relationships are everything. So let's take the step together. If you need anything, press your call light. I saw somebody had raised their hand. We are going to get to that now. So like I said, this is what happens. And then I'm going to share with you your gifts. There'll be a link for you to download your free gift. And then the other gift I have for you. And so when you join, you're going to get, this is really important, check your spam. I don't know why they go there. It is annoying, but it sometimes goes there. But check your email, including your spam. You're going to get a confirmation with your login to create a password, right? And then you'll have you'll be able to log into the course portal. Now, this is not true. I should have changed this. It says you'll get instant access to everything, no waiting required. You will get access to the crew lounge and you'll get access to the course portal. But like I said, the course, you'll get another email saying class is now open, and then you'll be able to watch the first week. And it will get unlocked week by week. Okay. So, because I'm shaping this as we go as well. And if you have just joined, please, if you're on Instagram, tag me at Beyond the Skies Academy. I just want to celebrate with you. Yeah, well said, Jeannie, right? I know. We love Jeannie. So finally, you made it to the end. Thank you so much. Oh my God, we did it in an hour and 18. Woo! So if Arlene is going to pop into the chat, your thank you gift for the downloadable PDF to start getting crystal clear. So you can use that now until September 8th to get your dreams in motion already. And I have one more bonus gift for you, and that is the 4 phases of retirement. Take a screenshot because this course is designed to help you lessen the difficult phase. So this is proven phases of retirement. The first phase is what everybody thinks about it, what it's going to be. It's the vacation phase, the honeymoon. At first, it feels like freedom, travel, and rest. And somebody said, "I don't want to do your course, Jamie. I don't want to think about anything else. I just want to golf." Or one pilot said to me, "I just want to do a whole bunch of mushrooms." I'm like, "Great, okay, more power to you." That phase lasts about a year, and it's a well-deserved phase, but it lasts about a year. And then phase 2 is the loss or lost phase, the loss of structure, the identity, the purpose, community. You kind of go into this phase. And the third phase, if you're lucky, you'll go into a trial and error phase. And that's, like I said, I did that 10 years into my career. And this is a great phase to be in. Like most people do it in their retirement. I've already done it for you, but you will experiment with hobbies and work and other new routines and things. This is a delicious phase to be in. The problem is most people give up too soon and they go back to the loss phase, and that's where depression can set in. So, but if you keep going and you don't give up, or you take this course, I promise you, you will enter into stage 4, which is the reinvention and rewiring phase, where you'll be designing a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. That's the most delicious phase. And so most people get stuck bouncing between phase 2 and phase 3. But like I said, you've got, for those of you who are thinking of joining or who have already joined, you have just made that phase a lot shorter. Okay. You don't have to wait years to get to reinvention. And then, like I said, in this course, I'll show you how to shorten the distance. All right. So I started off by saying I had 2 goals for this workshop. First, that we'd laugh and have fun together. Say yes if you laughed a little bit, because I can't hear you, can't see you. But when we do our monthly Zooms together, they'll be in the regular Zoom format, so we can actually hear and see each other. And my second and deeper goal is that something that you heard today will help you live better, love deeper, and take one small step toward the life you really want. Because the truth is, when we change our lives, it's not just for ourselves. It's for our partners, it's our families, it's our fellow crew members. Honestly, we change the world. And that is honestly the deeper purpose for me anyways. And that's what Beyond the Skies Academy is really about. So Kimmy, did you have a question? So we're going to go now to a Q&A. If you need to leave, go ahead. Thank you. Thank you for being here. For those of you who already purchased, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for being open. Thank you for letting me walk this path with you. Your next chapter is boarding, and it's going to be your best chapter yet. I'll see you on the inside. So if you need to leave, go ahead. If you want to stay around and you've got questions, I am going to stop sharing now, and we'll go to our Q&A. Thank you, Kim. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. All right. So Q&A. Oh, I see there's a question. Can this opportunity? Oh my God. Yes, this opportunity can be shared. Okay, so you can share it on your social media if you want, beyondtheskiesacademy.com. Or when you go to your checkout, you'll actually see there's a buy as a gift option. You can actually, if you know someone, if you want to do it with a friend and say, I'm going to buy this for her as a retirement gift, you could do that as well. So thank you. That's a great question. And when is the full course? Okay, I think that's been answered. It's, 47. You know that now. Sharon, great. And that's about it. What else can I? Oh, yeah. If you're retired, you can do it. What other questions have I been getting from people? Somebody asked me, is there going to be another live workshop? I don't know. I might do one more just before, because I mean, get in at $47. Hello. But there is a Q&A, a whole question and answer on my. Okay, there's another. Is there any other questions? I think that's it. If you have any other questions, I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Otherwise, there's a whole question and answer. I've tried to answer as many questions as I could on my website as well. So at beyondtheskyesacademy.com. All right. So yeah, you can see there are other questions and answers there as well. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. Like I said, you have until September 7th at midnight Pacific time to make sure you register and buy in. Okay. At this price, because I said when I launch in the fall, it'll be a lot more. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being my beta testers. Excited to start this with you guys. And yeah, if you need anything, press your call light. Well, there is no call light, but you can email me at info@jamiesmithcoach.com. Love you all. Thanks for watching. And for those of you on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you on the inside. And thanks, Arlene.
Everyone.
Thank you, Arlene. Really appreciate it. It's fun to do this with a friend.
It
Bye,
is. Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
bye-bye.
Jamie.